What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, Steve?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, alright? Join the family without further ado. Let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
So you're scared of the police in America? That makes two of us. You know, I'm gonna be real. I'm not trying to have no interaction with the police in America about anything ever. You know, it is a healthy respect of their ability to inflict violence upon me for reasons that might be real or not. Let's say that. And if I can clean it up here just a little bit, I think that everyone should strive to live a life with as little police contact as possible, because you're living a law-abiding life that you don't need to have police involved in your life. You're living a law-abiding life, and your neighbors are living a law-abiding life. So, you know, you don't need to have the interaction there. That's the goal. As long as you or nobody around you doing no foolishness, not breaking any laws, committing any crimes, you shouldn't need them around, right? They there. Put the hammer on folks doing things wrong. I don't want to be doing things wrong. And I don't want you to be doing things wrong. And I don't want him to be doing things wrong. So nobody's doing things wrong. Let me tell you a story about my first interaction with Norwegian police and the difference that it was. I had moved to Tromsø, Norway from along European Svalbard. And it was nighttime. I was going across.
It's one thing for us to watch the videos, see that they don't carry guns, all those things, right? But in person, I bet it was a true culture shock.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what's going on.
The Tromsdalen Bridge, and a police officer, I was by the shortcut, and a cop had driven by. It's nighttime, right? A cop had driven by.
Not nighttime.
And then he stopped.
Oh, no.
And, you know, he was going to say something to me. You know, hey, excuse me, you know. Or he said it in Norwegian, but, you know, then I was like, huh? You know? And then he started speaking English. Because they can speak all the languages. They can speak so many languages. And I'm thinking this is PTSD. This is trauma. This is a trauma response as just being a black American having to deal with things that happen in America. And I'm like, oh, man, come on, man. I ain't doing nothing wrong. I'm just walking. I'm just trying to get home. Like, just, you know, leave me alone. And I'm pretty sure he could see this on my face. And he said, excuse me, sir. It's nighttime, you know, and it's very hard to see you. I was driving by, and I realized, you know, I couldn't see you very well because you don't have any reflectors on. And I'm like, reflectors? You know what I mean? It's these things here. He gave me, not this particular one, but he gave me one. It's a reflector, you know, with the lights and everything. Hold on, let's check it out. You see, in the dark, it reflects and it lets you be seen. And then you don't get hit by cars. So it's a really good thing, especially you're living above the Arctic Circle. You need to have them. Nowadays, you see me out, I got the whole vest joint. I got them on each wrist, on my ankles. Like, I'm trying to be seen. You ain't about to hit me. I choose life. I'm trying to live, baby. I thought that was really cool because this was an officer of the law, a police officer that was trying to help me and did help me and wanted to help me. And that was his only concern, was helping me. And it's just, it's not
expected. He didn't think that was going to happen.
Happens a lot or often in the United States. And that's not to say that every cop is bad in the United States. There's millions of good cops, maybe thousands, hundreds of thousands. I don't know how many cops are in America, but what I'm saying is there's a lot of good cops in America. And they get overshadowed by the bad ones. And that's not right. I don't agree with that. I got a childhood friend I went to high school with. He was my high school quarterback in varsity football in Oregon. And he's a police officer, and he's one of the best people you could ever know.
There you go.
There are lots of great cops out there. It's just, you know, you get the few bad apples, and then it makes the whole bunch seem like they're bad, and they're not. So it's just a trauma response, like I said, that I had. And it was just, you know, whoa. That was one of the welcome to Norway moments where I was, you know, oh, man, these guys are out, you know, just really just genuinely looking out for their citizens and trying to help people, and I thought that was really cool.
Shout out. I don't know about you, but you was with me when this happened, but for your personal journey before you met me, I don't know if there have ever been a time where an officer actually approached you out of the respect of wanting to help you based off of a concern that they had. Now with me, we was driving to Florida. We was going on a little vacation family trip, and it was one of those times, you know, we like to leave where there's no traffic, so there was a night flow over the, you know, stars showing and everything. And this cop pulled up on us that we didn't even know he was following us for. But he pulled up on us. He hit his lights, and then he put us over. And was like, "What do we do? Where he come from?"
We pulled over. We
was already pulled over?
Yeah, we had just pulled over like seconds.
Was that so?
Yes.
Okay, well, we had just pulled over. But that was a time when he actually pulled over and he was asking us, was there anything that we needed assistance with? Because I guess that's what's on his mind at the time. And I applaud that officer. Shout out to you. I don't know his name. But that was the only time in my life when an officer actually approached me out of concern to help. Yeah. Not because I broke the law.
American officer.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to him.
Right, because we got help. Out of the country.
Yeah.
But that was in Tallahassee, Florida. And you know, Florida gets a bad rep.
Yeah.
So we gotta shout them out, you know. It was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning, so he was concerned of why we were pulling over. So he wanted to help with that. And that was cool. But other than that, no, I vividly remember this time I got pulled over. I think, okay, so I don't know about any other state, but in Louisiana, you can't get over in the other lane if it's a bold line. You gotta wait till it's like the lines that break up. Right. I don't know. I can't think what it's called. But I got over on the bold line, and I knew that. But you know, I was just trying to hurry up before the traffic came. Yeah, it's one of those. Yeah. And I got pulled over for that, and I was pregnant, and I just remember they put the lights on me, and this was during a time when, like, it was a summertime when we was just dropping.
There's literally a time in our like days where, you know, when it hit a certain time of the days or the months or the whatever time of year it is, that things just start popping up.
Yeah,
the streets get hectic.
Yeah, it was the summertime, and a lot of people were dying at the hands of cops. And I remember they got behind me. The cop got behind me, and I got so freaking nervous. Like, I'm shaking. I barely can call Dani on the phone. I'm like, oh God. Like, I was that terrified because it was happening so much, and it wasn't just happening all over the United States. It was happening in our state as well. Like, a person that I went to school with had just passed away, like maybe a month before that. And so I was very, very, very nervous. So it is a trauma response.
Yeah, it is.
Here is big differences between Norway and the USA, part 1. So you guys know me and Angelica are parents now, so we have a lot of parent type of talks. And we started bringing up school and our daughter and our son and like how we're gonna go about parenting them when it comes to school and stuff like that. And somewhere in the conversation, I basically brought up that in America, as a parent, if you don't make your kid go to school, or if your kid misses a certain amount of days of school, you as a parent can go to jail. And my Norwegian wife, Angelica, literally did not believe me, bro. She's like, what? A parent can't go to jail because their kid didn't go to school? So let's say you live in the USA and you have a kid that goes to school and they're not going to school. You will get something called a truancy letter. And there's like a certain amount of truancy letters that you have to get for the parent to go to jail. Me, myself, you know what I'm saying, I was a little bad kid. I didn't really like going to school that much. I was tardy a lot. So my mom got 1 or 2 truancy letters. She wasn't going to jail, but I kept either being tardy or I wasn't showing up. But I still got good grades. I still played basketball and stuff like that in sports. So I was doing good enough, but I was still missing a good amount of school. So in California, if you don't get your kid to go to school, you can be fined $500, which is around $5,000 NOK. So the parent can also get fined up to $2,000 and get 1 year in jail if they think that you contributed to your kid not going to school. So if they think you had something to do with it, you're getting fined $2,000 and a year in jail. But here in Norway, if your kid doesn't go to school, there's no consequences, which I don't know which system works better, either no consequences or you going to jail for your kid not going to school. But I think it's a really good system just to really hold the parents accountable and just have the kids finish their education. I mean, I don't see a downfall in that at all. Let me know your guys' opinions about this down below in the comments. Did you know that this was a thing in the USA?
That's like a fine, like a littering fine. $3,000 just for throwing a bottle cap of trash on the ground. For real, out here, you can get fined for that. But $2,000, $2,000 just for not having your child pull up.
I mean, you know.
I think we need more safety. I think we need more safe concerns, more positive concerns. Instead of those concerns that would just put parents in a deeper bind because you don't know what they're going through for real. At the end of the day, transportation, illnesses in the family, anything could be a problem where a child cannot be participating in schools at the amount of times they need to. And then you get a letter that says you got to pay this amount of money. And you're like, oh my God.
Yeah. I remember when our son was going through a medical problem, he had to stay home. And they only excused a certain amount of days.
Only a certain amount of days is crazy.
Yeah, even with a medical note, they only excused a certain amount of days. And if my child didn't feel like he was ready to go back to school, he's going to stay home and he's going to get well. Like, it was a serious medical problem that they would have just turned a blind eye to. Yeah. So guess what? He stayed home. Yeah. And he got well. Then he went back.
Right. And he had to respect it. I mean, because what y'all going to do if he falls sick in y'all hands? Like, or he falls or collapse in y'all hands?
So if any of you guys ever have plans on moving to America, just make sure your kid goes to school.
Gotta catch that bus. The buses be leaving, y'all.
Hey, let's talk about medication and ibuprofen and over-the-counter medicine. Because in the US, you can literally go into pharmacies, Walmart, Target, and you can pretty much purchase these very easily. It's not very regulated. But in Norway or Europe, it is so much more regulated. Can somebody please explain to me why this is? Because you can't just go into a store. You have to go to a pharmacy in Norway where I am, and you have to purchase it. You can only purchase, I think it's 20 tablets at a time. It's very, very heavily regulated compared to the US. And I think this is probably good because, you know, people won't be taking high amounts and, you know, maybe overdosing or certain things like that. But I thought that was really interesting on how a lot of medications here are very, very strict. And, you know, coming from the US where it's very available, I thought this was a pretty interesting culture shock. So let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about this. And that's my thoughts. And I wanted to just share this because it's very interesting to see how much more strict other countries are.
Yeah, we're gonna stop right there, man. Big Pharma don't play. Big Pharma gonna make his money.
Basically.
Yeah.
You ain't got nothing else to say to that. Basically, that's what's gonna happen. But it is convenient. Like, if I just have a headache, I don't want to have to go to the doctor just for, you know, medication.
Yeah.
Go get me some Tylenol pill.
Yeah.
Ibuprofen.
Yeah, and it's so at gas stations too. So that's a benefit because sometimes once all the stores close and you wake up in the middle of the night and that headache is still as bad as it is, I can run to the gas station and go get you some medication.
Right.
Beneficial.
And you already know that hospital bill.
True.
Emergency room bill.
True.
Baby, go get me the little $8 bottle of Tylenol.
Let's go.
Is it $8? It's something like that, child.
Yeah, it's some pocket money.
All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.